Hello, beautiful goddesses. Hello, welcome. My name is Marie Grantham, and I am the founder of GoddessLifestylePlan.com, where I teach spiritually open women how to design a gorgeous goddess lifestyle. And if they feel called, I have, the last few years, started business coaching. I really, really love the idea of helping holistic, spiritual, amazing, magical women build their online businesses like I did. And you can find me at GoddessLifestylePlan.com or LisaMarieGrantham.com. And we are here today because I wanted to talk a little bit about designing your goddess lifestyle. I've been putting up some posts lately about, ask Lisa, or what would Lisa do? And I did get a submission, which I love. So if you see that post come up on my wall, be sure to definitely ask me your questions. But this was a really good question. I'm gonna answer a part of that question, because honestly, there was a bunch of moving parts in that question, and we'd be going forever on it. And my goal is to just do Facebook Lives that are about 15 to 20 minutes. I know how busy everybody is. And that's actually what we're talking about today. Design your goddess lifestyle, even if you're super busy. So if you're just joining me, I'd love to know where you're joining me from. Or if you catch this Facebook Live on a replay, just let me know in the comments below. Tell me where you're from, or tell me a replay, or both. I really love to know where my community is following me from. I love to just interact and kind of hang out together. So I said that this was going to be my happy hour. So it's Friday afternoon, and I am having my afternoon cocktail. So I'm really excited to spend some time with you and talk to you about this amazing thing that I call a goddess lifestyle. So it is absolutely no surprise to anyone when I say we women are super busy. We're super busy creatures. And, I thought a lot about this whole busy thing. Why are we so busy? And it's an interesting point for me, because part of it I really love, and then part of it I'm like, that's not unfair. But women got super busy, I would say about 100 years ago, when we started going into the workforce. And like I said, I love being an entrepreneur. I love being able to make my own money and create my own career and all of that. And I love contributing, and I loved making money for myself. And I love all that. But also, when women went back to work, it also took us out of the home. So the interesting thing about women, since I've worked with thousands of them over the years, is that we tend to take on more and don't release other things. So we go and get full-time jobs, and then we still want to be, a great homemaker, a great mom, a great friend. And what happens is we start to really thin ourselves, really, really thin, really, really thin. And then, of course, because women are wired to be, selfless creatures, really, the nurturers, our self-care falls down the to-do list. It's a very interesting thing. And like I said, I am all for women working, obviously. I do it myself. I raised my children while building my online global brand. I believe very much in contribution and the amazing gifts that women have to share in the world. So I love it. It's just, it gets a little wonky for us gals when we start spreading ourselves too thin. And let's face it, there's only one of us, and there's only 24 hours in a day. So you want to make sure that you're honoring yourself. I have my notes here, ladies. So those of you who know me really well know I'm a very Virgo. I love my notes. I want to make sure I say everything. And I'm just going to take a little sip of my cocktail. So how is everybody feeling this time of year? We're a change of season, and we're moving into autumn, fall in the Northern Hemisphere, and spring, early spring in the Southern Hemisphere. So I'd love to hear your comments on that. It's not yet feeling like fall in Southwest Florida. I'll just tell you that. I'm still sweating like you can't believe it. I put the air way down. I got the fan blowing. I just can't believe how hot it was. And here's the thing. I got a memory up on my wall today that said, from a year ago, that said, oh my gosh, it's still hot as Hades here. So obviously it was this hot last October, beginning of October. I'm just ready for the humidity to go away. I'm ready to be able to just kind of not be dying of like sweating my ass off all the time. It's so not goddess. I say that all the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's so not goddess. Linda, fall was my favorite season. It was my favorite season when I lived up north. I absolutely love the fall too. I love everything about fall. I love the colors. I love the pumpkins. I love the pumpkin spice everything. I love diffusing fall's, inspired essential oils. Hello. So I absolutely love the fall too. I miss it living down here. That's just the truth. Now, the good outweighs the bad because this is paradise where we live, but there's no real fall. So we did buy pumpkins this year. So I was very proud of my husband because Shannon doesn't find any utility in festivity. He just does not. And he was like, it's a waste of money. They're just going to die. But now we have chickens. We bought chicks. So now, of course, I'll give them the pumpkins. So there's utility to it. So I was able to get, squeeze some pumpkins out of him this year. So I do feel a bit festive around here, which is nice. So we were talking about designing your goddess lifestyle and how busy women of today are. And I think it's because we went back to the workforce, right? And we've had such major, amazing things happen for women over the last century. But the thing is, women didn't let go of stuff too. So we're still trying to do it all, make everything perfect at home, be the perfect spouse, perfect woman, perfect mom, and bring home the bacon. That's when it gets really rough. One person, right? We're one person, and we've got the same amount of time in the day as we used to have 100 years ago. So how do we make it happen? And I truly, truly notice, and I believe that part of the reason that women feel like they can't, they're not happy is because they push too much. They're spread too thin, and their focus and attention is put on so many other things besides themselves, which makes me kind of veer off a little bit on what I wanted to talk about today, which is the word selfish. Let me take a sip. I remember years ago when I was studying and developing my goddess lifestyle plan methodology, that I started looking at words, because the interesting thing about words are a lot of times we think they mean something that they actually don't mean. And they get like a negative connotation, whether it is, out in the world, culturally, whatever. Our family thought, a word was bad. I remember that I knew somebody that thought the word ignorant was the biggest insult you could say. If I said, well, if I would have said, let's say, you're being ignorant about that, or you're ignorant about that, it was like I was saying he was a moron, which is absolutely not the case. Really, the definition of ignorance is just not knowing about that topic. It's not like, but it's the meaning that we give words. And I know culturally, women kind of get hung up on the word selfish. Ooh, none of us want to be selfish. That's such a bad thing to be selfish. And as I was developing my methodology, I started looking into these trigger words for women that we try so hard not to be selfish. And I just want to mention, if you're loving what I'm saying, I'd love to see some hearts. I'm a words of affirmation. That's my love language. So I want to see hearts. I want to see praise hands. Amen. I want to know that this is resonating with you. It makes me feel good about myself, and I would really appreciate it. So selfish, let's get back to selfish. So I looked it up. I'm like, what is, I think I was called selfish, probably by someone in my life when I was developing my own online business. I was like, you're being very selfish, Lisa. And I thought, well, that doesn't sound good, that word selfish. Ooh, I don't think I want to be selfish. But the point is, I looked up selfish, and basically I'm paraphrasing, but the definition of selfish means being concerned with your own agenda. And I'm paraphrasing, and I thought to myself, well, that's not a bad thing to be concerned with your own agenda. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm not concerned with my agenda, who's going to be concerned with my agenda? And I thought a little bit more on it. It kind of came quickly, the answer. I was like, well, if fucking no one is going to be concerned with my agenda if I'm not concerned with my agenda. And I was like, I think I love the word selfish. Being concerned with what I want, what I got going on. Yes, that's a good word. So these are some of the things that I start to look at when I'm helping my clients or my inner circle group. Like, where is the limiting belief that we have to be everything to everybody and that we have to do it all and be perfect at it all, right? Because there, again, the more places we put focus in our life, the more we spread ourselves thin, right? And like I said, women today are busy. They are working, most likely. They are raising families at the same time, simultaneously. They are active in their community, right? I mean, if you have kids, I remember I was always at a sports event. There was always something, going on at school, and I really wanted to be there for everything, but I also wanted to build my online business. I wanted to build my career. So there was the pull, right? The pull. I was being pulled in opposite directions. And then, of course, a lot of women today have a side hustle. They're trying to build something for themselves, an online business, a way that they can share their gifts with the world, a way that potentially they can bring in money and change the lives of their family as well as other people that they serve. It's an amazing world we live in. But designing your goddess lifestyle, I will tell you that I believe that when a woman is truly, truly happy and fulfilled, she can give so much more. When she's depleted and she's not really in love with her life, her vibration isn't quite where it needs to be, how can you serve? How can you serve powerfully? You just keep giving and giving and giving, but you're not a full vessel. So it's very, very important. I think designing your goddess lifestyle is like square one for everything. It is where you begin, and then you can start projecting out and giving out into the world. First, it starts with you, ladies. And it might be shocking to hear me say that, but it starts with you. And when you feel like you're where you want to be or on your way to where you want to be, then you could start projecting all that attention and love and nurturing outward. But it has to start with you. You need to be a full vessel. And I had a colleague, a peer, at one point say something to me that really, really stuck with me. And her name is Catrice Jackson. I haven't spoken to her in years. Oh my God. But Catrice, I still remember, if you see this, I still remember when you said this to me. We were having a conversation about something. And I said, only a full vessel can pour water. Meaning that you need to be full so that you can pour the water from the vessel for other people, right? First give to you, be full so you could pour for others. And she said to me, she says, you know what? I'm going to take it a step further. She goes, I want to be so full that my vessel is overflowing. And then I'm going to let everybody else lick the saucer, drink from the saucer. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good. Like, imagine that, ladies, feeling so full that everybody around you drinks from your overflow. That doesn't even touch your fullness, just drinks from your overflow. That's how full you are. Well, I can honestly say that that's how I am. That's how I feel today. But it wasn't like overnight. It takes work. It takes work to develop and design your goddess lifestyle. It just does. Anything worth having is worth working for. That's what I say. It's what I believe. It's what I do. And it's what I teach. Anything worth having is worth working for, honestly. And your life experience is so important, but we've got this busy thing going on, right? This busy thing. And I promised you that I was going to give you some really good, solid steps, tips, practices on how to, call it all in, not be so busy. So first of all, what is a goddess lifestyle? To me, a goddess lifestyle is basically any lifestyle that lights you up and is completely in alignment with your truth. Okay, I'm going to say that again. A goddess lifestyle is any lifestyle that lights you up and is in complete alignment with your truth of who you are as a woman. All right? And you got to know who you are in order to discover your goddess lifestyle, right? If you don't know who you are, what's a deal maker, what's a deal breaker, what you like, what you don't like, because you're so busy being everywhere else and being everything for everyone else, how could you even know? How could you even know what you want? How could you even know what lights you up? Because your focus is going outward. So energy goes where focus goes. So if your focus is over there, that's where your energy is going. And if you can imagine this microphone here as you your focus is going all over the place, away from you, away, 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 to your community, to your children, to your job, to your friends, to your family, to the drama, wherever it's all going. But you are here. So how could you possibly begin to design your goddess lifestyle if you are so busy sending energy out to the world, to everyone? And I know, if you're in my world, you're a kind, wonderful woman. I know this about you already because that vibe attracts vibe, right? And that's who I am. Hi, Sophia. I'm so happy to see you here. Thanks for joining me live, girl. So that's the thing. I know you. You're already doing for everybody. I'm going to invite you to begin doing for yourself. So a goddess lifestyle is any lifestyle that lights you up and is in total alignment with your truth. With your truth, your authentic truth. And it goes deeper into working with each of the elements and the elemental forces of creation, the universe, divinity, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, your higher power. There is a lot to it, but really, if we really boiled it all down, it starts with you and identifying what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you love, what you can't stand, and begin to put distance between you and the things that don't make you happy. And that might look like a plan, right? We just can't quit our jobs because they're soul sucking. I get it. There's practicality to life. You just can't go this job sucks my soul. I'm getting rid of it. I know. But that doesn't mean that you can't work towards something in your life. You can't work towards pivoting and doing something with your life that lights you up. And that's what living a goddess lifestyle is. For me, it's always evolving. And, I was speaking with one of my private clients and a member of my inner circle group. And she was like, that's what I love about what you teach, Lisa, because a goddess lifestyle is always evolving with you. Yes, amen. Amen to that. How can you decide in one moment, this is it, this is everything, and then you grow, you evolve, then maybe your goddess lifestyle might pivot a bit, and that's okay. It's about checking in. It's about prioritizing you instead of everybody else. Remember that word selfish? Being concerned with one's own agenda? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think I'm going to have a shirt made up like, I'm selfish and I'm proud of it. Maybe I should sell that. I'm selfish and I'm proud of it because damn, be selfish a little bit. Be concerned with what you want, what your desires are, achieving your goals, your desires, and creating and designing your goddess lifestyle. Be selfish about that. I'm inviting you to do that. So again, it begins with putting your focus, really designing your goddess lifestyle is taking a look at where your energy is going. Remember, this is you. Where is it going? Shooting all over the place. And you start to go, is that really necessary? Is that energy I'm putting out there and really diluting my personal power here in the present moment that I have for myself, is where I'm sending that energy in alignment with my truth? That's step one. And ladies, that is gold wisdom right there. Really take a look at what you're spending your time and your money on. I always say, I look at someone's calendar and their checkbook and I know what's important to them. But is it really important to them? How many times are we saying yes when we really want to say no? How many times out of obligation do we do something or buy something or whatever when it's not in alignment with who we want to be and the life we want to have? So Sophia said, I took the day off today because I was being selfish. And I love that about you. I love that you were selfish today. That's really awesome, girlfriend. I love it. Be selfish in all ways and all days. There you go. So that's number one. So take a look. Where's it all going? Your attention, your focus, your time, your money where's it going? And then begin to discern, is that really in alignment with who I am today? And start calling stuff in, start calling your time, your attention, your focus, your energy back in those little places. That's step one on how to begin designing your goddess lifestyle. Then step number two is that you start to look at the key areas of your life. So I'm going to say that my methodology that I developed years ago for Goddess Lifestyle Plan has identified 12 key areas of a woman's life. And I'll give you a few to get the the ideas flowing in your mind, but one of them is health and wellness. So that includes your vitality. It includes your weight. It includes how you're living, right? Health and wellness is our lifestyle. What are we letting in all the holes of our body, so to speak? Your ears, your eyes, your mouth. What are you letting in your body temple? So that's your health and wellness. And it could be the news, listening to the news, and it's stressing you out. Or it could be you're eating shit and you're eating shit and you eat shit anyway. It could be that you are looking at things that upset you. Like here's some truths about Lisa. I don't watch the news. Now I am married. My wonderful husband loves the news. Okay. And we have a rule. He watches it from like whenever he wakes up in the morning till 9 a.m. 9 a.m. the TV goes off. I don't want to listen to it. He's tried to put on the news before I go to bed, sleep. And that is a boundary for me. It's like, no, I don't want that shit floating around in my head. You can't unhear it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit floating around in my head when I'm falling off to sleep. So we compromised. It's a morning thing. Sometimes I have them right here. I would show them to you if I could find them, but I have earplugs. And I put earplugs in my ear because I don't even want that crap in my ears. I don't want to watch horror movies. I don't watch horror movies. They upset me. Now I watch silly horror movies, but anything that could be slightly real, like serial killers or like terrible things, I don't watch it because it's going in and I don't want it going in. So my ears I protect, my eyes I protect. And then of course, I'm forever trying to eat well for my body vessels. So that's a key area of your life, your health and wellness. And it includes all of those things. And then you want to be looking at your finances. Are you a good custodian of money? Do you have some areas in your financial world that need some attention and focus? Your relationships, we have intimate relationships, and then we have family relationships, and then we have friendships. So we want to be taking a look at those. So ladies, I invite you, take a look at the key areas of your life so you can see how I kind of group them together. I'm sure you can come up with a couple of more. Another one that's coming to mind is goddess style. Like, do you express your true goddessy style through the way you dress and your hairstyle and your hair color and your accessories? Do you do that? And your interior. Now, I will tell you that anybody who walks in my home, like forever, was like, oh my gosh, this house is totally you, Lisa. Because my essence goes everywhere. I'm so about, you should know the story of me when you walk into my spaces, whether it's my office space or my home or wherever I am. It's like, I want you to know me just by looking at me or being in one of my spaces. So it's about really being in alignment and showing up as who you really are authentically. That's living your goddess lifestyle. So take a look at those key areas and decide, take stock, really take stock and be like, well, in this key area, do I feel like, am I satisfied or do I feel lack and there's improvement to be had for me to feel really happy in this particular area of my life? And then once you identify, and I'm going to say no more than one to three key areas, you don't want to take on too much at once, right? We mentioned in the beginning that we're busy women. We're very busy women today. So you don't want to take on too much because you need to really do that focused attention, focused energy so that you can really take that key area of your life and start really raising the vibration of it, raising the satisfaction level of it and the happiness level, the contentment you feel in that area. And the thing about your goddess lifestyle, it's always going to be evolving. I know I mentioned that before, so I want to really reaffirm that. It's always evolving with you. It's growing with you. And to give you an example, years ago, my idea of a goddess lifestyle was traveling. All I wanted to do was travel. Listen, I'm just going to say the truth. The truth was I had teenage sons in the house. They were grumpy a lot. And I had a business, and that was where I felt lit up. So I was traveling a lot on business to visit, to be it at, retreats and all sorts of things with my peers. And that felt really good. And now I live on a tropical island and I love being home. So as you can see, my goddess lifestyle has shifted and pivoted greatly. Where I was always going before, now it's all about how can I stay home and serve? How can I be home and never leave my property? Honestly, I really, you'll start to hear me, especially if you visit me. I don't even like leaving the island. So I've gotten really like, I don't know, stuck on the island life, so to speak. And I love being home. So it's pivoted. So think about it, girls. Think about it. What lights you up? Are you living in true alignment with your desires? And if not, what needs to shift? And now it's fall, right, in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's about releasing what no longer serves. So what needs to go? What needs to be released? It could be you putting some space between you and people who really kind of bring you down. It could be you releasing bad habits or thought processes that don't serve your highest good of the woman you desire to be and the lifestyle you desire to live. You know, really take a look at it. But it's about, believe it or not, getting selfish, being concerned with your own agenda. All right. So I hope this made sense. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm going to be going live again tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out the best times to go live that I could have most of you join me live if you're around. So I thought I'd give happy hour Friday a shot, 4:00 Eastern. And you let me know what times, you know, even in the comments, let me know what times work best for you generally so that I could know, like, try to gauge. I know everybody watches stuff on the replay, but I really love being here with you live and spending time with you like this and talking about your goddess lifestyle and building your online business. These are the things that light me up. They're the things that I know is my soul's work in the world. Really, really ushering and helping and guiding women into these amazing arenas, whether it is creating the life that you truly, truly want, truly being in alignment with who you are. Ah, thank you, Susan. Bless you. Thank you for saying that. And also, listen, for those who feel called, nothing excites me more than helping, you know, women create online businesses. It is something. Once I learned how to do it for myself, I'm like, I got to teach everybody who wants to know how to do this, because oh my gosh, you make such a difference for yourself personally. You make such a difference in the world with the people you touch with your work, and you know, it's a win-win all around. And you know, you make some extra money, so you could be maybe sending your children to private school or getting a new minivan or getting your minivan, whatever it looks like for you. For me, traveling the world, that was my thing. I loved it. And I did it. And my online business provided that for me. And it provided me with the, you know, contact with women, amazing women from around the world, my clients who I love to death, and also my peers and colleagues. So it's such a win-win-win and such a good thing. So you just definitely, you message me if you ever want to talk what it would look like to work with me on any level, whether it's designing your goddess lifestyle or building your online business. I'm your girl. I've got you. All right, my loves. So I hope this served you. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be talking about something else tomorrow, and I forgot now what it was. It's in my calendar because I wouldn't remember a thing without my online calendar. But I'll see you tomorrow. I believe it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. I love that you're here, and thank you for saying that, Sophia. I love you, darling. Have a great night, ladies, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.